Hello guys and welcome to well, I'm not sure what to call this. Basically, we're going to go through the Siege gameplay of Bannerlord, which was shown at E3 last night at the time of recording this. Before this video starts, I would recommend watching the full video. There'll be the first link in the description for you guys. Also, you probably picked it up by now. I'm so sick. I've had a cold all week, but I refuse to delay this. Oh my god. So let's get right into it. So we start off with the deployment stage of the siege. Of course, we're on the offensive. Now, just keep in mind, both offensive and defensive have siege equipment. We see ballistas on the walls. I think catapults, I'm not sure as well. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, but we see different like squares. I'm not sure if this will be the final thing, but basically this is the different spots we can put certain siege equipment. On the far left we have catapults. Actually, I think we have catapults everywhere. And we have a ballista as well. We have a siege tower. We have a fucking battering ram. And you can all use these yourself. Whoever was playing on the demonstration goes through each one, and you can use each one, and it's fantastic. Oh, it's so cool. At the top, we have how much men we're going to have. I think Captain Lust said in the E3 thing that there was about 300 men versus 150, I'm not sure. That's quite a lot of men, and this is not like a huge siege. We've seen bigger castles in different trailers, so yeah, I'm excited for the bigger battles as well as the awesome sieges. I just love how exciting it is. As soon as the battle starts, everyone just goes off into their different positions. You got men occupying the ballistas and the catapults. You got men pushing the siege tower and ram, and everyone's just going nuts. There's arrows flying past. There's fire. There's explosions. And let's take a look at the catapults. The catapults actually damage the castle. Bits of the castle break. This is insane. I mentioned this in my 15 things. Let's have a listen.
What I'm saying is to have the ability to add more siege towers and actually choose where you put the ladders up, or maybe not have them up already. Maybe you can pick up the ladder up yourself and choose exactly where on the wall you want it, and have more than one bloody ladder. That will be a start.
As much as I love Warband, I've been very open to how I feel about siege battles in Warband. I just feel like they're unfinished. They're really boring, and oh my god, the single ladder and the whole army trying to go up that single ladder makes no sense. But I'm so happy to see that they are spending so much time to improve siege battles. It looks like siege battles is going to be a thing you actually want to do now. This is insane. So yeah, ladders as well. Just putting those ladders up is awesome. I didn't mention that you can't actually you can't climb in Mountain Blade, Warband. Sorry. Mountain Blade Warband you can't climb. But I also mentioned ages ago when we got the first gameplay that they showed off actual climbing a ladder in a siege tower. So of course, climbing is new. That means you can actually use ladders now. So ladders is going to be really cool, and actually helping your men lift them up. Love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, next up we have the Battering Ram, which is smashing this gate down. Once it breaks, men pour through into the gatehouse, I think that's what it's called, and then there's a secondary gate, but the Battering Ram can't fit in that little gatehouse, so that's basically leaving you to hack it down yourselves. So you see all your men hacking it down, some with swords, some with axes, and I would assume axes and maybe hammers will do more damage to that type of stuff. But if you look up, well, obviously I'm not looking up, but the player looks up and there's people dropping rocks as well as pots of fire. So yeah, definitely handy to have an archer there to shoot them down, because pots of fire in that small enclosed area, it's going to do a lot of damage. But yeah, once that secondary gate breaks down, you're in that castle. Next up we have the siege tower, which is really big actually. I'm actually really impressed. Of course it's going to be big because it's got to make up to the wall. Again, we have the climbing ability to climb this. What I'm wondering is, of course, we've seen that there's many types of siege towers we've seen. Obviously, this time period, this is probably the most accurate siege tower there is, but I'm wondering for different factions there's different types of siege equipment. Of course, you can imagine Saracens having slightly different, I don't know, let's picture it in Warband. You would imagine the Swadians having a different type of siege equipment to the Nords. If you get me. But anyway, so once you're up the siege tower, the thing drops down, of course, and you pour onto the wall. The combat, again, I know this is not about the combat, we've seen it before, but again, it looks very familiar. Some people are not too sure how they feel about it yet, and guys, you've got to keep in mind, this may not be the final thing, okay? This game looks like it's close to finish, but I'm pretty sure they've still got quite a bit to do, and that's why we haven't got a release date yet, might I keep in mind. really cool. I like how he takes a health potion. Wink, wink. It's not a health potion, but for the demonstration, of course, he gave himself more health, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, cheater. I did like the part when he kicked off one of the men off the wall. Happy to see the kicking ability is back. That is very iconic for Mount & Blade, in my opinion. Kicking is just always fun. Anyway, so after they breach the walls, they continue to fight throughout the walls and go into like the gatehouses and stuff like that and start fighting off all the men. And then we eventually enter like sort of the courtyard of the castle. Of course, this isn't like a huge castle. This is by no means like a city. This is just a small castle. What I loved is seeing all the remaining men in the courtyard sort of form up and sort of retreat to like the keep, or in this, I think this is like the main tower, whatever you want to call it. But before like he like attacks them, he like goes back to help down. I mean, he helps like destroy the last bit of that gate, so all his men come pouring into the court. Oh my god! At this point, I lost it. I fucking full ejaculated. Nah. In all serious, for the rest of the video, it's basically just going around chasing what's left of the garrison of the castle. We saw some pretty cool 360 no scopes from the character shooting down those men on the walls. I must say, a bit suspicious, a bit of aim lock. No, I'm not kidding. Of course, there's quite a lot of elevation. You gotta obviously aim a lot higher when you're shooting from a far distance. Sorry, I can't speak. I am losing my mind. My nose is killing me. You can probably hear it, can't you? I sound so fucking goofy, don't I? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here before I actually like faint. You know, it'd be nice to finish this video, but guys, let me know what you thought of this. This was amazing. You may have seen my comments, actually, on the actual videos. I was commenting on it straight away. For those who don't know, this This was live at 4:30 in the morning for me. Well, actually, not even that. I think it was like 5 in the morning, because they showed off some other stuff, like Dawn of War and stuff. Dawn of War 3, I should say. And then they showed Bannerlord, and I was still awake, and then I watched the videos, and so it was like, I didn't end up going to sleep like 6 in the morning. Partly because I was sick as well, so I could sort of use that as an excuse. But guys, yeah, again, I know you guys watching are Mount & Blade fans. Let me know what you think. Share your love in the comment section with all the other lovers. Oh, this is getting a bit fucking sexy, isn't it? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.